Okay, one of streamers' biggest click, right? One of streaming's biggest click has dismantled, right? The FaZe clan. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Leave it down in the comments. And I'm saying y'all opinions on this. I know a whole lot of people was probably inspired by FaZe clan and how they was motioning and shit like that, right? But they have dismantled, bro. Meaning there were some things that was not going well amongst the brothers, you know what I'm saying? And let's see how we can also learn from, you know, clicks like this, because I know a whole lot of people are probably having these kind of intentions of clicking up and being, you know, the world's biggest stream group or whatever you know. M.O.S, let's see what we can learn from it.
Unless I got her on a cold night, trade this knowledge for your soul tied down.
Go ahead and flip this one to just like, I don't know, we might just call it the performative art of collective streamer groups, you know what I'm saying? Or the performative science, the performative art of just streamers that claim to be friends, and you know what I'm saying? It's all performative. Like, I don't know, I'll see how I put this one down, but you know what I'm saying? Damn. I feel like at this point it's really important to grab the fact that we really gotta like start these kind of things like from a genuine position, bro, from a genuine point of view, bro, and then, you know what I'm saying, things might just go, you know, a different route than this right here. You feel what I'm saying? Be authentic with your connections, dog. Because now, okay, check it out. Homie recruited a whole bunch of creators, right? And seeing their potential, seeing the potential of how just like the group can move. You know what I'm saying? And in the back of his mind, he was like, "Yo, I can make so much money bringing these people together." You know what I'm saying? I see their strengths, I see their potential, and as a result, bro, I see the audience that can just like be garnered in terms of just like us doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, in front of all this attention, bro. These boys can grab all that, and you know, with that can come the opportunity for us to even conduct more business, you know, release merch, you know what I'm saying? Just be this FaZe group that just like kills everything, nigga, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just competing with other creative collectives and all that, because they're giants, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was his whole vision, but then that was the only seed, you know what I'm saying, he had to plant. He didn't know these niggas, like he didn't have that authentic connection with them. It was all business from the get-go. That's how you know things like this. That's how you know that it was never gonna last a long time, you know, as far as this collective of FaZe, this version of FaZe, you know what I'm saying? And you know, to a point where it's like, okay, Max, you know what I'm saying, is now let me take it from Max's point of view, right? One of the streamers that was involved in FaZe, right? Let me take it from his point of view, bro. It's like, okay, yes, you are Blackboy Max, bro. You got the kind of talent that you got. You feel what I'm saying? And then I don't know, you get approached. I don't know who approached who. I don't know whether Max was the one that went to FaZe looking for placement, or FaZe reached out to Max, or whatever the fact, or whatever the fuck I mean. But you know, it's like you didn't know the guy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know the guy in terms of just like, I'm talking about Max. You didn't know this guy, this Banks guy, who's like trying to take you under your wing, and you know what I'm saying? How when things really get conflicted, how, you know, he would handle things. How, you know, what's at stake for you, what's at risk for you. I feel like you like these kind of situations. They have to bring people to that kind of understanding that, okay, once we connect like this on a collective sort of level, bro, and we agree like, yo, we all gonna make money, we all gonna do this, that, and the third. When money gets involved, my boy, you know what I'm saying, you really gotta like consider like your own ass. You gotta be able to cover your own ass when things go wrong. So I feel like from, you know, from this kind of situation, bro, if you're involved in a group, bro, and it's all juicy and it's all roses and cupcakes, bro, once money gets involved, bro, you really gotta have an aspect of thinking selfishly. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to money, people really can act wild. When it comes to money and business, people really can, you know what I'm saying, turn on other people for whatever reason. You feel what I'm saying? So when ish hits the fan for real, you know, what's gonna be the result of your whole energy about it? You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like this is the kind of question that you know, people didn't even dive into like that, you know, when it comes to Max. I don't know about Rage. You know, I don't know about Rage. I don't know about Jason the Ween. You know what I'm saying? All these guys, bro, like niggas literally have to consider this kind of thing. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Because you're involved, man. You're involved and your energy is used to create, you know what I'm saying, the proceeds that are supposed to just like, you know, that are supposed to come into the group and be split. And then now, again, you have to consider the fact that, yo, if money's gonna be involved, bro, automatically niggas are gonna, you know what I'm saying, either subconsciously or whatever, but automatically niggas are gonna be like, yo, who's the most talented here, dog? Because, you know, we gotta double down on that nigga's skill so that we can attract the most. That's something logical to think about. It's like, yo, who's the most talented, who's the most what? We're gonna obviously push that guy to the forefront, you know, on some level, you know what I'm saying? And then the other people will just probably, you know, function as subordinates to a certain level, bro. Until we can get the traction of the subordinates to kind of the same level as the star players, so that the whole group can shine. And I feel like it didn't even get to a point where the subordinates went to the level of the star player. You know what I'm saying? They were clear star players. Max was one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Max was one of them. Jason the Ween was pulling up, bro. Like, I'm like, okay, and I'm only, you know, saying this based off of the boy's motion, right? I've been seeing a whole lot of Jason the Ween clips, this, that, and the third. People just taking value just in his opinion. You know what I'm saying? His stream clips have been, you know, helping me understand a whole lot about just, you know, this whole streaming thing, because I study the energy of these streamers themselves. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see maybe a clip, this, that, and the third, I see the kind of energy that, you know, is kind of invested within the streaming thing. You know what I'm saying? As per the individual that I'm viewing, I'm like, okay, cool. This is how niggas supposed to be moving in this whole streaming thing. Okay, I see. Because I'm observing Jason the Ween's energy, because I'm observing Rage's energy, because I'm observing Lacey's energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of get a whole kind of collective picture of, you know, how niggas move within this streaming thing, especially with FaZe being, they were like the leaders of group streamers. So obviously you're looking at that, you're thinking, yeah, that's the correct model, that's the method over there. And all these people that are just like, all these people that have these kind of talents, bro, these people that stand out, you know what I'm saying? You see, like, okay, cool, they're connected to this group must be doing something really cool. You know what I'm saying? Until you hear headlines of these niggas literally telling each other fuck you, like, right? And it's like, yo, what's going on here? I thought niggas was sweet. I thought niggas was alright with it. Like, what the hell is going on? This is some scary shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of get nervous. You like, yo, like, what could be the problem, bro? You know what I'm saying? The optics look good. The group is, you know, it's a big ass group, niggas. It's a big collective. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like now it's the whole thing of, yeah, like there were some streamers, aka Max, who felt, nah, dog, this right here, this is not gonna work for me as my own individual, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I remember like asking myself, like, why this nigga just dropping out of FaZe like that? Because I remember his whole clip, like, announcing the fact that, yeah, he's left that, you know what I mean? He's gonna miss the boys, man. We was everything, nigga. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna miss y'all. So, like, but then it's like, what? He didn't really give, you know, this reason. He didn't reveal the darkness that was going on behind the scenes. We now know that's what the fuck was going on behind the scenes. Tough. You know what I'm saying? And so now, what can people learn about this? You know what I mean? Number one, bro, it's okay, again, it was kind of a tricky situation because You know, apparently the deal where people were supposed to split their, you know, whatever income they're generating, they're supposed to split that with the phase organization and things like that. That kind of agreement came a year later. You know what I'm saying? A year after the collective has a year after the collective have clicked up and officiated as a group. You know what I'm saying? And then only did the whole thing pull up. Why didn't niggas like deny that at that point then, and just like go their own way? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they, you know, there might have been a point when when it just left a sour taste in niggas' mouths. The fact that, okay, all of a sudden now we gotta, you know, we gotta be binded by contracts that are just here to split our incomes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it kind of felt shaky at that point, I would imagine. But yo, this nigga literally, he's an investor, bro. He's a business guy, dog. Like, what do we expect? You know what I'm saying? Especially when these contracts they pull up, like, yo, yeah, now we splitting shit and what da da da. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, that should have been presented from the start. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, what that would have sabotaged his intention. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of had to come at it from this level, from this angle. You know what I mean? I'm thinking he probably didn't even think that it was gonna backfire like this. You know what I mean? But this is just business. This is just the business of it. Business can get messy when we do consider the emotions of the people involved, right? When the emotions get to expressing, then it's really it looks like a mess, obviously, you know. But then at the same time, that's the nature of the business. That's the nature of business, bro. We, you know, if I present to you certain business principles that we gotta like operate under, you know, that yes, that may diminish the quality of our friendship, the quality of just our genuine connection with one another. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things that are gonna compromise that connection when we talk in business. But that's just the operation. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of it. I'm just now trying to figure out if Max, you know, left the group when these contracts were presented to these guys, the splits, the 20% splits or whatever, or he probably left when that whole operation started to turn sour, right? That's the question. Like, when did you decide to leave, bro? Because, you know, I could understand like you leaving at the moment when those contracts was presented. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, yo, this nigga didn't even present the shit like when he first approached me. He's presenting this shit to me now. You know what I'm saying? After like 12 months of me grinding, you know what I mean? He probably just saw my potential and is now trying to take advantage of that. Nah, let me be out. It's not even taking advantage. It's a business investment. You either agree or you don't. You know what I mean? Of which, like, you know, if his exit point was because of the fact that, yo, this contract thing, I'm not understanding it, let me be out, it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? On that front, it's nothing wrong with that. I feel like it's this, you know, pointing these things. No, he was more wrong. No, you were wrong for this. Now a whole lot of other situations are coming up. This nigga saying the N-word. Nah, this nigga was comfortable saying the N-word. He shouldn't have been. Like, that was wrong from the beginning. Like, why didn't you tell this nigga from the start that he was wrong? Stop doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? You wanna wait for like just contractual conflicts to rise up for you to be bringing these kind of things, bro. That's kind of weak-minded to me.